Hello, I'm Allie Winter, and here are this week's top stories. The 3G iPhone is here, and the world is still turning. Anxious iPhone fans came from far and wide to wait in line for the 3G iPhone at Apple retail stores across the country. RCR caught up with these fans at Denver and in Boston, and to get a secure spot, they arrived early, especially lucky customer number 1 plopped first in line.
We were 5 a.m., there was no one here. We thought it was a bust.
Really?
Yeah, so it's all filled in literally in the last 2 hours. When we first got here, the place was empty. We thought, it's a bust.
And then I got here at the crack of dawn this morning, which worked out pretty well.
How long have you been in line? Since the 4th of July.
Some are iPhone alums, some are not.
I have one already, but I want a new one.
You want a new one? Why?
Because I want the GPS and the faster internet.
Yeah.
And then there are, of course, those who even wave goodbye to their non-AT&T carrier to come out and get their hands on the much-hyped device.
First iPhone. Switching from Verizon just for the iPhone.
Did you have to pay the ECF and everything? The contract?
Nope, my contract was up.
Lucky.
In fact, I got BlackBerry here less than 30 days ago, and I'm turning it in Sunday before I get on my contract, because that way I don't have to get it just for the iPhone.
The morning turned into a marathon with Apple employees and fans running about, screaming, and passing out waters, coffees, and, of course, high fives. And finally the moment came, with roaring applause from the Apple Store. The doors opened, and the first slew of customers were allowed in. Apple employees escorted about 10 people in at a time to begin activations. Activations that were supposed to be done within 10 to 15 minutes. But after about 20-25 minutes, it began to look as though a worm may have crawled into Apple. AT&T spokesperson Mark Siegel said some customers buying the device are having trouble syncing their new iPhone to Apple's iTunes service in retail outlets, which is required for the final activation process. But eventually, after about a half an hour of activation mumbo-jumbo, Chris Mefford, the first iPhone customer to exit the store in Denver, walked out, iPhone in hand.
AT&T server was down,
Okay.
so they kept pushing the next button and it just kept saying connection error. So they're like, go check out the accessories. So you just pretty much stand there and wait.
Okay. So how long did it take him to get the network, everything back up and running?
I went and looked at the accessories, came back, and she kept pushing next, and then it got frozen on next, and then it went through.
Okay.
So it was real easy.
Mefford's iPhone, however, still sat in his Apple bag unactivated. AT&T and Apple are now advising customers to activate their devices over iTunes at home. Apple employees declined to comment.